The security guard runs over, grabs the woman's arm and says urgently, "Beautiful lady, don't move." The woman asks worriedly, "What are you doing?" The security guard says helplessly, "I'm in a difficult situation right now. I'll tell you everything later." Then, holding his phone up and straightening the woman by holding her arm, he says nervously, "Mom." His mother says worriedly over the phone, "Son, what are you doing? I've been calling you for so long, but you haven't picked up." The son says calmly, "Mom, it's Saturday, so I came out with my girlfriend. Look, this is my girlfriend." The girl says politely, "Hello, auntie." His mother says happily, "Oh, you're really beautiful. My David is so lucky." The girl says politely, "Thank you, auntie." The son says reassuringly, "Mom, now you must feel relieved. My girlfriend isn't just beautiful. She also takes very good care of me." His mother says emotionally, "I'm glad to hear that. Now I feel relieved. Because of my illness, your first wife ran away with another man. Since then, I've always felt that I'm responsible for ruining your life." The son says firmly, "Mom, don't ever say things like that again. That woman only cared about money and luxury, and she didn't respect you either. It's better that she left. By the way, I got my salary today. I'll send all of it to you tonight, and don't you ever stop taking your medicine." His mother says sadly, "Okay, don't worry so much about me. My health has always been like this. I have some old health problems. Son, I've become a burden to you." The son says gently, "Mom, what are you talking about? You raised me when I was a child, so now it's my responsibility to take care of you. That's a son's duty." "Okay, Mom, I can't talk much longer. I have to go out with my future wife." His mother says lovingly, "Okay, always take good care of that girl." The son says warmly, "Of course, Mom, I'm hanging up now." The woman asks worriedly, "Hey, handsome young man, are you okay?" The security guard says apologetically, "Beautiful lady, I'm sorry. What I just told you was because I had no choice. My mother lives alone at home and she's always worried about me, so I lied to reassure her. Please forgive me." The woman says understandingly, "It's okay, I understand. We children always tell our parents good news instead of making them worry." Then she picks up the jacket from the ground, dusts it off, and says gently, "Here, this is your jacket." The man says gratefully, "Okay, thank you. I need to go to the station. I'm leaving now." As his first wife Julie walks past, she says mockingly, "Oh, that's my useless ex-husband. It looks like his life hasn't changed much since he left me. Now he's even working as a security guard. Honey, let me introduce you to him. This is my ex-husband. I was with him for 2 years. His monthly salary was only $2,800. He really was completely useless." The ex-husband says firmly, "Julie, so what if I'm a security guard? I don't steal and I don't rob anyone. I earn money through honest hard work with my own hands. What's there to be ashamed of?" His first wife says arrogantly, "Fine, keep showing off your attitude." The second husband says mockingly, Oh, honey, is this that useless security guard you used to call your ex-husband?" Julie says proudly, "Yes, that's him." The second husband says arrogantly, "Mr. Ex-husband, I admit you're just an ordinary security guard, but I'm very happy with your ex-wife." Julie says playfully, "Oh, you're something else." Then she playfully taps her second husband on the chest. The second husband says lovingly, "Honey, I even love it when you hit me like that." The wife says proudly, "Oh, stop it. Let me introduce you to my new husband. He's a director at Alpha Group." The second husband says quickly, No, not a director of Alpha Group. I'm the vice president." Julie says excitedly, "Wow, honey, you're amazing." Julie says mockingly to her first husband, "Did you hear that? This is a position you could never reach even if you spent your whole life trying." The first husband says calmly, "Whatever he is, what does that have to do with me? I have nothing to do with him." Then when he tries to leave, Julie pushes him and says angrily, "Did I tell you that you could leave?" The woman standing nearby asks concernedly, "Are you okay?" Sophia says angrily, "You two are being far too rude. You used to be his wife after all. Is it really appropriate for you to treat him this way?" Julie says arrogantly, "Who are you? What does this have to do with you? Hey, security guard, is she your new girlfriend? But you have such strange taste. You found a woman this old? She looks like she's in her 50s or 60s. And you, big sister, you're wearing such nice clothes, so how could you possibly like this useless man? My advice is to go to a good hospital and get your eyes checked." The first husband says angrily, "Julie, say whatever you want about me, but why are you dragging her into this?" Sophia says calmly, "It's okay. Beautiful girl, I think you're the one with bad eyesight. This handsome young man is not only capable and hardworking, but he also takes great care of his parents. I think you're actually the one who isn't good enough for him." The second husband says arrogantly, "He's just a security guard. You're not good enough for him either." Then, putting his arm around his wife, he says proudly, "She needs a man like me. At the very least, he should have reached the position of vice president." The first wife says mockingly, "Exactly. Who are you, an old woman, to say anything about me? Don't think that being rich makes you better than everyone else. You're not even pleasant to look at yourself." Sophia says calmly, "Now I understand. When someone has bad eyesight, everything looks dirty to them. Beautiful girl, I want to tell you something. Not every woman depends on a man like you do. A woman can build her own career through hard work. By the way, there's one more thing. I want to confirm something with you. Are you really the vice president of Alpha Group?" The second husband says confidently, "Why do you need to confirm that? I'm the actual vice president of this company." Then he says arrogantly, "I say, take this poor security guard around the city. Let him see how big the world is and how foolish you two are." Seeing a man approaching from a distance, Julie says curiously, "Honey, isn't that your company's secretary?" The second husband says confidently, "Oh yes, that's her. See? She's the secretary of our Alpha Group. I'll show you people what life in the real upper class looks like." The second husband and his wife quickly walk over to the secretary and he says confidently, "Secretary, I sent you a message a few days ago and invited you out to dinner. Why didn't you reply?" The secretary says politely, "I'm sorry, who are you?" The second husband says proudly, "Oh, secretary, you're starting to forget things like the important people. Don't you remember the new handsome young man from our company?" The secretary leaves the two of them there, addresses the boss, and says urgently, "Boss, an emergency problem has come up in the project department. Please go there immediately and handle it." After the secretary leaves, the second husband immediately immediately walks over to the boss and says nervously, "So you're the chairman of our Alpha group? Oh, everything that just happened was a misunderstanding. Please forgive my little mistake. Please don't fire me." The chairman says coldly, "Now you're scared? Where did all that arrogance and pride go? Now you're begging me not to take away your job? There's no place in our company for someone like you who has bad character and only flatters powerful people." Seeing the whole situation, Julie says angrily, "No, no, no. You told me you were only an intern, and then you told me you were the vice president. Now you've lost your job too. Our relationship is over." Then she walks away angrily, and her second husband runs after her, calling out to her. Then the security guard standing nearby says gratefully, "I really have to thank you today." Then Miss Sophia says jokingly, "You really should thank me properly. I got revenge for you today." Sophia says teasingly, "But just saying thank you probably isn't enough, is it?" The security guard says politely, "Then I'll take you out to dinner." Sophia says playfully, "I'll definitely have dinner with you, but that alone won't be enough." The security guard says confusedly, "That's not enough either? Then what do you want?" Sophia says seriously, "On the phone, you told your mother that I was your girlfriend. We can't deceive our elders like that." The security guard says worriedly, "That wouldn't be appropriate. There's a big difference between our social positions. If you choose me, people will say all kinds of things." Sophia says confidently, "What's inappropriate about it? When someone has such a good character, why should I care what other people say? By chance, I met my life partner today. I've decided to go home with him and meet his mother."